Hey, fellow babies, and welcome to the show J.D. Vance once called much better than watching Marjorie Taylor Greene perform at an Amsterdam peep show. It's the 42 Show.
I'm going to get a bucket. That'll be sick. And on our Picky Packs program tonight, we have all the news you want to know, everything that's happening, all the disasters around the world. Now, the world is going to blow up any second now, so just hang on to your hats. We got stuff about, will dogs ever get to marry cats? This is top story tonight. But first of all, we're going to start off with some Trumptions.
Yeah.
Dick's got some stories to tell.
Oh, yes, I do. But first, we're going to play a little clip that we found somewhere, a small little channel out there. I'm sure you've never heard of it. And check this out, fellow babies.
Joe Biden is a failed president. She was a failed vice president. The worst president in the history. The worst vice president in history. He is incompetent. She's incompetent. Everything he's touched has been bad. Everything she's touched has turned to bad things. He can't talk. She can't talk.
In many ways, he's worse than Bernie.
She's worse than Bernie. Low IQ. He's a low IQ individual. She happens to be really a low IQ individual. She really does. She has a very low IQ. Joe Biden is a failed.
Oops.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So, lots of originality going on over there in the Republican Party right now.
If you're gonna steal from the best.
Now we got a little write up here as well. We got this one from Crazy Cat in the chat there. So, Trump. At a glance, what he said to Musk. Well, he praised President Vladimir Putin, Chinese President Xi Jinping, and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, all authoritarian strongmen. And he said they were at the top of their game. He spoke of his good relations with Kim Jong-un, claiming the North Korean leader told him he doesn't like stupid man, Joe Biden. If something happens with the election, Mr. Trump told Mr. Musk they'll meet next time in Venezuela, as it'll be far safer place than our country. He also said that if he loses the election, then you're not going to have a country anymore. Trump said one of his first acts as president would be to close the Department of Education and return responsibility to individual states. And this is a quote. Well, out of the 50 states, I bet 35 would do it well. I didn't know.
He almost got it right. Because what you're supposed to have said is, if he doesn't win the election, we don't have a cunt anymore.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. So he just over-alphabeticized the word.
Sorry for people who don't like that word, but it's appropriate.
Every now and then you got to throw it around. Mr. Trump insulted Kamala Harris several times, referring to her as incompetent, a radical left lunatic. Cross out left with crayon and write in right, and then serve it back at yourself. But then he started praising her looks. She looks like the most beautiful actress ever to live. And then kind of went, oh, that was bad. And then said, like my wife.
Which one? The dead one?
Yeah. And then he repeated some debunked claims, including the theory that the Congo had emptied its prisons of murderers and sent them to the U.S. I'm telling you, when you're desperate, you're desperate. That is a joke. No offense to anybody, but I don't think the Congo could afford to send all their criminals to the United States.
Yeah, they're all coming straight from Colombia with all the tattoos and everything. They're easy to spot, aren't they?
So we'll be doing a little bit on the dumb things that Trump says every 42 show up and including the election. And then on election coverage, we'll be covering it some because as Ukraine supporters, we have a vested interest in this one. And we'll use it as a place to just go through and play all the stupid shit this moron said running up to the election. So it should be fun.
Well, what is actually quite interesting is PJ has actually drawn up you a list of stupid things Trump done.
Yeah.
And that's up to now. And between now and November, it's just going to be new ones every day. So, right. we'll never get to the end of that list. I can guarantee it.
No, and maybe we'll put a Discord room for submissions or something so everybody can play along, right? Well,
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. So what do you think, buddy? Shall we flip the script and pull up the pic?
Yeah, flip. Yeah, that. Yes. So speaking of disaster in Ukraine, you remember this? Channels that shall not be mentioned, went out into a storm because it's going to be nuclear disaster, meltdown. Ukraine is going to blow up. The world is going to end. Blah 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 blah.
Maybe not.
The tires that the Russians set on fire have gone out.
Yeah, we covered this on our day late Sunday Ukraine update show. We brought up the topic and Starsky said, "Oh yeah, my sources have already told me it's just a stack of burning old tires in there. It's nothing. It's no big deal."
Yeah. Exactly. It was scare tactics and it worked because so many of these sucker what you should say, clickbaity channels.
Yeah, there was a few that really enforced their opinion that this was going to be a big deal.
I mean, I even said it myself. It could be a big deal. If that tower does actually burn down, things would be a bit tricky. But it wasn't quite as bad as people made it out to be. So thank goodness for that. Shall we just say? Phew.
Yeah. Sorry. So stinky skies, black smoke, but fear of nothing really. Yeah.
Back to you.
Let me see where I'm at here. Oh yes, I am loving this, and I got an anecdote to show you how needed this is as well. So the Biden administration is going big now to beef up protections for consumers against corporations. They on Monday announced a handful of policies to crack down on headaches and hassles that waste Americans' time and money. I hope all countries follow suit in this one. Follow along here. So the Federal Trade Commission and the Federal Communications Commission, the administration will ask companies to make it easy to cancel subscriptions and memberships as it is to sign up for them. And through the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, a new rule will require companies to let consumers cut through automated service doom loops and press a single button to reach a real person. Right? So for a lot of services, it takes one or two clicks in your phone and boom, you're signed up. But there's no way it's that easy to get out of it once you're in. And White House policy advisor Neera Tanden said on a call with reporters that this is going to happen. And there's a funny line here. Consumers could see the new rule applied to gym memberships or subscriptions with phone and internet companies. Now, the reason they bring up gym memberships is one of the biggest gyms in the United States. You can use their app to sign up. You can walk into the place and sign up for a monthly thing. You can go on the web and sign up, the whole 9 yards. It's very simple and easy, but when you want to cancel the subscription, you have to send an email in, and then they give you a code number, and you have to have a mailed-in request to cancel within 7 days of getting the code, or that code's no longer valid, and you'll have to do it again. I shit you not.
Well, what you have to do is you have to cut up your credit cards, all your bank cards, close your bank down, fake your own death, and come back with a new ID.
Yeah. And so this is a quote from the group that are pursuing this. Essentially, in all of these practices, the companies are delaying services to you or really trying to make it so difficult for you to cancel the service that they get to hold on to your money longer and longer. This was that Tanden again. And what this means is ultimately consumers lose out because they waste time and they waste money. And I couldn't agree more. It has to be just the same. Sign up on the web, sign out on the web. Done. Right? There's a thing going on right now with, what company was it? You can opt out. Oh, it's Best Buy. You can opt out of them collecting and selling your data. But that only works on the browser you happen to be on. So you have to do it individually for each browser and each system you own. But if you clean the cookies of your browser, and that's what you do to speed it up from time to time, you then have to go and opt out again. But they have no problem you putting a credit card number on file and that transferring to all your logins and simply working. It is pure bullshit. It is pure bullshit.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, and this is the start of ending all of this, where the corporations think that they just have us trapped. So I hope it really comes to pass in big teeth way.
Big pointy teeth. bring that picture back up again.
All right, which one was I showing?
The one with Biden. Yeah, because people say that Biden is now an AI. Well, he's obviously not an AI, but what is happening here, it's nice to see the people who've got like these long poles to keep pushing him around. Moving about. Yeah, keep moving, Mr. Biden, keep moving.
Yeah, those aren't microphones. He's actually a Muppet. It's just that there wasn't a table, right?
Just follow the minions, sir. Follow the minions.
Oh, speaking of minions, we got a picture of one right here.
It's baby Elon Musk. Oh, isn't he so cute? Yeah, so Elon Musk should face personal sanctions and even the threat of an arrest warrant if found to be stirring up public disorder on his social media platform. A former Twitter executive has said.
Wow.
Says it cannot be right that the billionaire owner of X and other tech executives be allowed to sow discord without personal risks. Bruce Daisley, former Twitter's vice president for Europe, Middle East, and Africa, writes in The Guardian. What's he doing in there?
Tending the roses.
He said the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, should beef up online safety laws and reflect on whether the media regulator Ofcom is fit to deal with the blurringly fast actions of the likes of Musk. In my experience, that threat of personal sanction is much more effective on executives than the risk of corporate fines.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a good point, isn't it?
It is.
Daisley writes, arguing such sanctions could impact the jet-setting lifestyles of tech billionaires. The UK government has called on social media platforms to act responsibly. Yeah, right. After violent unrest swept through the UK following the fatal stabbing of the three young girls at the Taylor Swift-themed holiday dance class. The Prime Minister has blamed social media companies for allowing the spread of false claims that the attacker was an asylum seeker.
There's an argument there.
And police are increasingly going after those suspected of using online posts to incite violence.
We've said it many times on this channel. Free speech is free speech. Okay, it is. But it doesn't abolish you of consequences for what you say.
It is funny because, especially on Twitter, you see a lot of people shouting out against like these kind of laws that are being used against these kind of people. It's like, oh yeah, they're taking our liberties away. They're taking our free. Shit. No, you're causing trouble. If you go out and cause trouble, you face the consequences. You can't just like get away with it.
That's right. Exactly.
And should point out that there are arrests being made on both sides of the fence. So it's not just the far right movement who are getting their bottoms slapped. There's a few Muslims getting their bottoms slapped too, and they probably kick.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. A couple of shout outs here. Demetrius Ziganovas sent in 13 direct donation there to beer funsies. Oh, I love those words. Great to have you back, Channel Master. Hey, Demetrius, thanks for that. Thanks for that. I'm almost 100% now too, getting there.
Yeah, you probably got a couple in the bank. They probably did when I was doing my solo shows as well. Obviously I couldn't read them.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to figure that out because of the way that works. Maybe we could do a forward or something. And Crazy Cat in the chat there had a member message in as well. all that fake tan is clearly sent the Trumper mad. You're not wrong. He's losing it now. He's the lies about crowd sizes and oh my God, it's out of control. But anyway,
I wonder what it was happened when he actually does start to burst a few blood vessels, and he stops being orange. He actually starts turning purple. We'll have to call him the massive prune.
Yeah. Oh man, that's actually funny. Okay, we could do like remember the California raisins? We could do the pruny Donalds,
I am not animating that. Fuck off, get someone else to do it.
Any volunteers? Okay, so I can't believe that I am about to do this, but I am. I have a story about Google where they did the right thing.
Oh,
I can't believe it, but it's true. Google announced on Monday it's shutting down all AdSense accounts in Russia due to ongoing developments in the country. Now, if you don't know, AdSense is how all YouTube creators get their money from YouTube memberships and super chats, and all of that money from YouTube goes through AdSense to the creator. Right. So this effectively ends Russian content creators' ability to monetize posts, including YouTube videos. The change impacts accounts monetizing content through AdSense, AdMob, and Ad Manager. So this also affects companies that put ads out that might show on your videos. They don't get paid any, it's gone. It's over. YouTube or Google has declined requests to provide any details, but this is the latest in an escalation with Google's battle with Russian officials. So here's a little bit of a timeline. In February 2022, Google paused monetization of all state-funded media in Russia, then temporarily paused all ads in the country the very next month. That March, Google paused the creation of new Russian-based AdSense accounts and blocked ads globally that originated from Russia. In March 2022, Google paused monetization of any content exploiting, condoning, or dismissing Russia's war with Ukraine. Invasion. Close. Seemingly as a retaliation, Russia seized Google's bank account, causing Google Russia to shut down May of 2022. So since then, Google's blocked over 1,000 YouTube channels, including state-sponsored news, and 5.5 million videos. Russian creators who have still found ways to monetize, like, trying to say that the channel originates in a different country or something. It worked for a little bit, but now if you are in Russia, there's no way to get the money to Russia, right? So you have to sign up with your real bank accounts to AdSense because they pay directly into your bank account. They don't pay to PayPal or anything like that, right? And so these guys, everybody in Russia is now fucked to receive AdSense money. And I can't believe I got to say it, but good going, Google. Well done.
Actually, I think Google could have done one step better. They could have kept the monetization, but their Google tax would have been 99.999%. And they could have taken those funds and put into a proper charity.
Yeah. 1 ruble for you, all for me.
Well, wasn't YouTube or practically non-existent in Russia now? They like shut it down. The Russians say it's not Google.
Yeah, but there's all kinds of tech ways to get around a lot of these things. But now there's no way to get your money. Right. So that's the big thing. Carl Richford in the chat there says, "Hey, Dawson, the government trolls still have access." Well, that's what I mean. Like, there's going to be ways to be on the platform, but you're not getting paid out. Unless you've got some network you've got people saying you really do live somewhere so you can get a bank account in that region and then transfer the money around. But that becomes one step more than Google's ever going to do, right? Let's face it.
Yeah, but it's Russians. They've probably got like, buy me a borscht or something.
Yeah, probably.
Buy me a potato.
No, buy me a toilet drain, So which one do you want to go to next year? Are you going to the yeah, okay.
What is next? Oh, the red coats are coming.
Yes.
Oh, this is hilarious. A pro fox hunting group says it has prepared a legal case to try and prove that hunters are an ethnic minority whose hunts should be protected under equality laws.
Oh, come on.
Ed Swales, the chair of Hunting Kind, which is kind of an ironic name, really, isn't it? Claims that he has been advised by a leading human rights lawyer that hunters unequivocally qualify for legal protection under the UK Equality Act 2010. Speaking to the Fields,
I identify as a fox hunter.
I can't be racist to you now. Speaking to the Field Sports Channel podcast, Swale said, "Oh, the qualifications of an ethnic group, there are 5 of them, and we hit everyone straight in the bullseye." He said he had spent 3 years preparing a legal challenge that had now been reviewed by Human Rights KC, who sits on the Council of the European Court of Human Rights. Well, maybe it's time to get off. Stop sitting on them.
Swales rights.
No. The Swales said the outcome of that human rights silk is that as a protected minority group under the Equality Act, we qualify undoubtedly 10 out of 10. I still don't believe this. He said that the group would try to mount legal challenges to prove that those who support hunting have suffered discrimination, such as losing work or contracts or being abused on social media. That's because you're all arseholes. If successful, such action should give hunters the same protection as minority groups, such as the Roma community or LGBTQ plus groups.
This is like saying, look, myself and my friends who also own more than one Ferrari deserve to drive faster because our cars can.
See, the thing is, Swales goes on. He says he accuses the animal right extremist movement, which surely they must be of their own ethnic minority, of launching a person-on-person conflict against hunters under the excuse of animal welfare. Yeah, well,
right.
Okay, but animal welfare, yeah, okay. Let's stick with the animal welfare part before you go out ripping foxes' heads off.
Yeah,
in the name of your little ethnic minority. And why? What is Toffee Nose Git an ethnic minority?
Yeah, I do.
Wankers. Oh, sorry, I can't say that because I'll be taken to court by having a go at an ethnic minority. Does that mean I can call them the N-word now?
Oh. Normal? No, I don't think that applies here.
Oh dear, stupid sods! How dare they? How dare they try this on?
To make light of all people who really need that argument for this stupidness shows how upper class, out of touch assholes your group is.
Absolutely,
it's so bad.
Get off your fucking high horse.
Yeah. That's funny. So Ukraine said today, we got the biggest cross-border assault of the war going on. They've now taken control of 74 settlements in Ukraine's region of Kursk, and they're still advancing, making gains. They 1 to 3 kilometers at least in the last 24 hours. Ukraine blindsided Moscow by pouring thousands of troops into that western region in that surprise operation that has given Ukraine its biggest battlefield gains since 2022, really.
It is interesting because, they were like bogged down in trying to beat back Russia, and Russia has basically got all their defenses dug into those regions.
Yeah.
They just go, oh, okay, we'll just attack Russia then.
Yeah.
It's not defended. We'll just go there.
Oh yeah, and there, it was so well manned and provided for. Like this was, there's some really good strategy going on, right? So, Major General Aladinov?
Mr. Butcher is name.
Yeah, I don't remember. This is the idiot, the Russian general guy, said Ukraine's troops had been halted, and the defense ministry said attacks at villages had been repelled. And Zelensky said Kyiv's forces rounded up Russian prisoners of war who could be swapped for captured Ukrainians, touting what he described as an expanding exchange fund. I like that one very much. Oh, you know what? I brought up the wrong picture, actually, but it goes from the next one. Despite difficult and intense battles, this is Zelensky still, our forces continue to advance in the Kursk region, and our state's exchange fund is growing. 74 settlements are now under Ukrainian control. It was a video link. The Ukrainian leader asked his top commander, Siersky, I think it is, to proceed with developing the next steps in the operation. And Siersky replied, everything is being executed according to plan, and very dryly, without elaborating. And, you know, the regional governor of the area is calling on everybody to show patience and character. Yeah. In other words, we are totally unable to do anything to help you right now. But
well, that basically he meant by patience. He meant try not to get shot, otherwise you'll be a patient.
Yeah. So, but it's great stuff. It makes for great reading. I mean, you know, if you've got online reading, you can keep up with it.
I've got a brilliant idea. I don't think Putin watches this show, so I think I can get away with telling you. But what I think they should do, they should pack up thousands and thousands of Ukrainian troops, ship them up to Alaska, and then they can sneak into Russia from the east and surround them.
That's a good idea. That might take a little effort, but
yeah. I'll discuss it with Starsky.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Everybody knows he really is the great commander in charge of everything. Oh, okay. Wait a second. 3, 2, 1. And what's your next article, dude?
Don't know what are we doing. Oh yeah, chicken run. Yeah, because an Illinois school worker will spend the next 9 years in prison after she stole 11,000 cases of chicken wings worth up to $1.5 million that were meant for students during the height of the COVID pandemic. Yeah. Well, she just she stuck them out underneath her dorsal feathers, obviously.
Yeah, stores them under the mattress. I mean, it's just.
Vera Little used her position as the food service director at Harvey School District 152 to carry out the unappetizing crime that was only unearthed after the district realized the school system blew past its budget. Little, 68, started the scheme in July 2020 and didn't stop until February 2022. Well, she bought up the incredible amount of poultry and used the school cargo van to pick up the food. Students never saw a single wing.
Oh, wow.
Schools were closed, but the district near Chicago was still sending out meal kits to students in remote learning during the height of the pandemic. Oh, okay. They were feeding the kids. She was originally charged with theft and operating a criminal enterprise in January.
She's a fucking crime lord.
I wonder what she did with them all, though. Little, who was food service head for 10
big enough
years.
to have eaten them. I mean,
she took a guilty plea, blah, blah, blah. A school business manager found food costs were $300,000 over budget, even though there was still months left in the school year during a routine check.
How greedy can you get? I mean, sure, a couple of boxes here and there, but all of them? I mean, Holy shit, man.
All those poor chickens running around with no wings. just because of this bitch.
Wow. I wonder if she was like selling them off to some shop in town, like, some restaurant or something, right?
KFC.
That's what makes sense to me, right?
Yeah. Well, there was that period during the pandemic when KFC was running out of chicken. They couldn't get enough chicken, so he was probably supplying them through the back door.
Yeah. She knows the colonel, right? So,
yeah, he probably owned. So, no, not going there. Not going there.
Okay, go to the old logo. That's pretty much a plantation-looking uniform he's wearing, right?
Yeah. Oh dear.
Shout out time here. Demetrius Siganovas sends in another $8 direct donation here. Thank you, Demetrius. You should show the captured Cardivorites picture, like the one dude in a Versace or whatever non-expensive t-shirt, lovingly leaning on the other one's shoulder. It's hilarious. I'll see if the team can find it for me. I can't Google while we're on the show. It'll take me forever. But thanks for the shout out, and I bet somebody will know what you're talking about and get it in. I don't know that one. But thank you. Where am I supposed to be here? Here we go. So this is a happy news thing about the the invasion of Ukraine. Germany is now outright said it, no ifs, ands, or buts. Ukraine can use German weapons on Russian territory. So this is
again.
No, but there's more here. So Defense Minister Arne Kolatz or something. Once weapons are transferred to Ukraine, they become the property of Ukraine and can be used as Kyiv sees fit. This dude also emphasized that international law allows military operations on the territory of an aggressor country for self-defense, and there are no special conditions for using weapons provided. The defense ministry in Germany also does not question the legality of actions on Russian territory, as international law provides for conducting these operations. And where Ukraine's doing the operations, Commander McMillan spoke of this on Sunday, and we'll talk about it again coming up on the weekend. But it's a crucial logistics area, especially with power delivery to train routes and stuff. So it makes 100% sense. This is well thought out on the Ukraine side of armed forces combat and planning. Where is it here? There's another little blurb. Yeah. The deputy spokesman of the federal government, Wolfgang somebody, said that Berlin is intensively consulting with its closest allies and with the government in Kyiv regarding specific weapon systems used by Ukraine. So the way they're writing it here, the deputy spokesperson didn't give an assessment of the events in the Kursk region, noting that the military situation is constantly changing and that contradictory and sometimes deliberately falsified news is coming from the scene. Of course it is. It involves Russia. And let's see here. So they were just talking about the different tanks and lots of German weapons over in Ukraine, right? And in July here, just recently, like very recently, the German government is now considering purchasing Norwegian Nomads air defense systems for the need of Ukraine as well. So, continuously there's news like this coming from Germany. And I just got to say, love you guys. That's exactly what everybody wants to hear. Here's the stuff. I don't give a shit what you do with it. Kick them fuckers in the head.
Well, one interesting thing about this whole incursion into Russian territory is I've not heard a single peep from anybody from the West condoning the actions or anything like that.
Nothing.
Everybody's been fairly quiet about it. It's like, yeah, whatever, go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Not even pretend to be like, oh no, you shouldn't do that. No one's said anything.
Russia's propaganda news sites, whatever you want to call them, has also hinted that Russia really feels that the West is behind some of the planning of this operation and stuff. I love that thought. Russians can't even conceive of the fact that Ukrainians could be better at tactics than them. It had to be somebody else. It's not them.
I bet I would be so surprised if everybody's like got together on this one and said, "Yeah, this is what you do."
Well, I wouldn't doubt it either, right? But even still, Ukraine has shown time and time again that the smaller force can, handle itself. So
yeah, it's the same as cheating at the chess. The Ukrainian commander's got one of those things up his butt. That's telling him which moves to play.
Yeah. Queen, oh no, king to
yeah. Try it out on a big board of Risk first.
Yeah. What's that one with the big color spots on the floor? Twister. Yeah. So YOLO Swaggins in the chat there. Direct drop into the pile here. Slava Ukraine. Keep up the good work from YOLO. Woohoo. Thanks, YOLO. Cool. Shout out. And then we also had YOLO Swaggins coming in as a shill apprentice. So oh yeah, and we had Niles G doing. These could be, it just renewed today. But we got Niles G Kunzen as well. So Nunzen, that's probably it. Let me know. Yeah, pick 1, 2, or 3. I'll try to remember. I won't though. I'm so bad at this. Thanks everybody. It's not personal. I'm terrible with that. Yeah, call yourself Jim and I'll get it right every time.
All right, Jim.
So let's see here. Where are you? We have to go past funny looking chick. Oh, okay. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Pick one.
Okay. Facial.
All right. Okay. Yes. A social media influencer has taken the internet by storm after using her own feces as a face mask. At least it was her own. Let's face completely different. And on to the next story. Yeah. Because this Deborah Soto, Jesus Christ. In a mind-boggling viral post, she smeared feces all over her face, claiming it to be the answer to her skin woes, pinching her nose with a clothes peg to dodge the odor. She gave her the DIY treatment 10 minutes to work wonders before scrubbing it off. I would have last 10 seconds.
Cue the cat.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Now, unsurprisingly, as soon as it racked up hundreds of baffled comments, many users slamming her hack as diabolical and disgusting, Dr. Sophie Moman, a consultant dermatologist at the Cadogan Clinic in London, of all the skincare trends, this is one of the strangest one I've ever come across. There is absolutely no scientific benefit to your skin in using feces as a face mask. In reality, this can pose more problems than benefits.
I'm sure it's great for your pores. That's
and to close out, Mr. Tonk Tiriaki, a consultant plastic surgeon at and the chair of the humanitarian programs of ISAPS, also added. I've got no idea what the fuck that is. He says using your own feces as a facial cleanser or face mask is highly inadvisable due to several health and hygiene concerns. Feces contain a plethora of bacteria, viruses, and parasites, including E. coli, salmonella. What's that?
Shit-faced bitch.
And obviously, you always have that sweet corn in there. You don't know where it came from.
Oh, yeah. What if that slips up your nostril as you're smearing it around? What was that? Eating corn.
So all of this can cause serious infections and diseases. Who'd have thunk it, eh?
Oh, man.
Don't smear shit on your face.
Okay, that's good consumer advice right there. Don't smear shit on your face, especially other people's, but even your own.
I'm the scat man.
We will not see you tomorrow, and we'll see you Thursday because we got to let the world have a little bit of time to do stupid things so we can tell you about it.
Good point.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you Thursday. Take care out there.
Bye-bye.
And a big shout out to the team who help us do all that shit in the background that helps us, get through and do what we do. We got Annette on the Shills account. She's running the teams. We've got PJ CNET who does all the, he runs the research team. We've got Shayna Caldwell. We got Crazy Cat. And I think I've named everybody for tonight. So big thanks to the team because, well, otherwise we're just two idiots spewing crap at microphones.
Well, we are there anyway. So, but apart from that, thank you to all the people who super chat and send in channel donations, become channel members and all those sort of things, just to help keep the channel ticking over. And don't forget to hit like. I'm going to do it right now. Hit like me. And don't forget to share us out. Share us out as well as you can. Smear shit all over your face and go on the internet and say, oh, I saw this in the Shills. In fact, write Shills in your forehead. Scrape the shit away. Yeah.
Ready to cross your tits and stand naked on a street corner.
Oh, not again. So we see you all on Thursday.
Take care, fella baby. See you soon.
Stay shilly.